So 6 years of mobile filmmaking, what did I learn? Number one, first thing first, it's not about what you don't have, it's about what you do have. And maximizing and mastering the equipment that you have right now. We're always going to think we need this, that. It's going to help me a lot. But in reality, if we really think about it, if you're able to hit record right now, you've got more than enough. Your soft skills are more important than your hard skills. And what I mean by hard skills, the gear, the gimbals, all that other junk. Your soft skills, understanding how to control light, understanding how to manipulate light, shutter speed, ISO, soft skills. Even more importantly, how to control one frame, how to expose one frame, how to compose, comp, focus one frame. And what I mean by one frame, photography, like it all comes back to being able to capture that one frame the way you want it, the way you see it. And that's the most important, because video is 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second, whatever. If you can master comping out and exposing one frame, you can do it throughout with video. So I would say focus on your soft skills. Photography, practice it all the time, all the time, all the time. Not auto, manual. Manual exposure, manual ISO, manual color balance, manual shutter speed. Master those soft skills, because no matter what equipment you go to, that knowledge will always be with you. Even though you got this new gimbal, 5 years from now, that gimbal is going to be outdated. There's going to be some other new gimbal or whatever that can do better than that. But your knowledge of FPS, shutter speed, ISO, aperture, your knowledge of that will always translate to any equipment that you can use, because most of these cameras all have that setting. And then once you start getting into more proper camera equipment, those soft skills will be so much more crucial. Equipment, again, it helps. It just helps to enhance and to make things easier. For example, me with mobile filmmaking, the number one thing now, after having gimbals and all the stuff that they have now, I would say the most important things to me are literally probably two things. ND filter, because again, we're filtering, we're modifying the light that hits the sensor. And diffusion, pro mist type of stuff, diffusion. We're manipulating, we're controlling the light. And those things, just that alone is all I really need to know that I can get a good solid image. In this video, all of these shots were literally just shot with my cell phone and this filter. That's it. That's all you really need. But me understanding ISO, shutter speed, composition, understanding those really helps enhance it. And then everything else is just icing on the top, taking it into DaVinci Resolve, color grading it using Dehancer. That's just putting the icing on top. All right, so the folks down at Timecodes, which is a Japanese company made in Japan. Again, simplicity was my whole reason for taking this. How simple my setup was. Right off the back, the clip here, absolutely fantastic. Very simple design. And what I really like, it clips onto the phone fairly easy. It's huge, so I don't have to worry about really, nothing. I don't have to take my case off and everything to put it on. Boom, it fits on. Screw this, and then now it's locked in place. Like, you don't have to worry about coming off. I thought that was very nice, very clean. Their filter is a Black Mist number 5. I am familiar with their filters. They do make filters. I love diffusion, because especially with the cell phone, it just softens up those highlights. And with the cell phones, they're notoriously hot on the highlights. The highlights are always blown out, and that's my biggest pet peeve when I film with phones. Like, I don't want my highlights to be blown out, so I always protect the highlights. I don't care if I go darker. I always really enjoy using these type of diffusions. I use them in the daytime. Of course, they really shine at night. And I like to use a low version. I don't like to use a really high strong version because it's just a little, it makes it too much. Decontrasts my image. This was 5. I don't know what other numbers they have, but this one, it seems like it's like maybe a lower version. I love it. I used it in multiple different types of environment, from nature, from city, from night. It just really softens up the image and makes it really look really good, especially with the cell phone. I mean, look at the setup. This is my setup. Like, boom. I didn't even use an ND filter because I know how to control my levels. Plus, I broke my ND filter, unfortunately. And of course, using Motion Cam. The Motion Cam app allowed me to do this whole video, get it the way it looks. Take a look, link down in the description for this setup here, guys.